What's up, Chris? How are you? Thank you, Chris. I appreciate your support. What's up, John? Thank you for your support, John. And yeah, Taco Bell is awesome. All right, inventory is full, so I'm gonna put these into the bank. I'm glad you enjoy Sharpie pen. I don't know, man. If Sharpie Pen 2 comes to me somehow in some form or another, we'll see. right, 81.60% to level 80 woodcutting. I don't know if I've ever raided on MMOs before. I think I've done maybe dungeons. I might have done a raid. Maybe in WoW. But I don't know to what level. I don't know if it was a dungeon or a raid. But I don't think it. Either way, it was one of those, and I don't know. The idea of a raid seems kind of intimidating to me. But I don't know. Who knows? I haven't done one in old school. I haven't done one in old school RuneScape, so maybe that. I mean, it's probably still kind of like, you know, you have to. I feel like you have to know what's going on and you know what your part is and all that stuff and execute. So um, yeah, I yeah, it might be a thing that I'll eventually maybe give a shot in old school RuneScape. Uh, I feel like I would need to. I feel like that would. I feel like that would. I feel like I would need to learn a lot more about the mechanics of the game, and then I would feel more comfortable because I think it's mainly a lack of experience thing. I can't believe I'm almost to level 80 woodcutting, man. That just hypes me up, dude. Wow. Man, to almost reach level 80 has been a long time in the process. 83.99%. Yeah, I think after I focus on wood cutting, I'll focus on fishing. Um, let's see how many logs I have. 4,279 U logs. I mean, I did sell a lot of them. Uh, but yeah, this is what I have in here right now. I have to like organize all this one day. Yeah, I feel like I would organize it or organize some of it, and then I would just collect stuff, and then I wouldn't do it for a while, and then I would, I'd probably organize it again. I mean, I started with some things, but yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if I organize it or not. I mean that the search tab is helpful, but it'd probably be useful to organize into tabs to just see what you have there because search is probably more useful if you already know what you have. But also, let's say you don't know what you have. The search is good to see if you have something. So I don't know. It kind of goes both ways, or depends. Chris says, old school RuneScape organization video could be awesome. Yeah, while I was looking at that, that was kind of slightly floating around in my head. And now that you type that in, it's bouncing around even more. If I were to do a video on that, it would be more to document the process. But I'll let that bounce around in my head some more. I mean, it's like when I organize it, I just record it or stream it, and there you go. Dun, 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 dun. It really comes down to the act of me organizing my bank. The video part can be more of a natural process, or if I choose, a more structured process. But dun, 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 dun. I think for me, the more natural process when I decide to organize it and just to document would be the route I'd probably take. Do, do cats ever appear here in this area? I mean, maybe if somebody has a cat, probably. But like, yeah, I mean, I guess somebody would have to have a cat. It's not like because in Varrock, cats just appear, right? Or are they only in certain areas, or do they appear um, all over Varrock, or do they appear all over Old School RuneScape? I don't know. Questions. It's from a beginner quest called Gertrude's Cat. Yeah. Yeah, I've done that quest. You get a kitten when you finish the quest. Yeah, but do cats appear other than that? Or is it only for that quest? um Okay. So for that event, a cat appears. Okay, okay. It would be interesting if see that unicorn is over here. See, what if there was more cats? What if there was more cats in the game? See, like this unicorn over here. Look at this. See? Oh, I didn't mean to attack you. I apologize. I was enjoying your presence. I forgive me. I don't know if there's necessarily a best soda. There is. I greatly enjoy Diet Coke. I greatly enjoy Diet Coke. Uh, but Pepsi Zero Sugar is pretty good too. But I think Diet Coke is where it's at. I think Pepsi Zero Sugar is better than Coke Zero Sugar. That's just my opinion, though. But like I said, overall, Diet Coke. And we're talking about the beverage in a container. You would have to. I would have to have all the beverages with the containers and then versus the fountain because that's a whole different animal, you know. But you know, yeah, it's surprising the subtle differences in beverages when you really not only pay attention, but when you have consumed one and then you try another, you're just like, "What?" And then, and then especially if it's from the same brand, right? Like Coke versus Diet Coke versus uh Coca-Cola Zero Sugar. Dude, It's amazing the differences. Oh yeah, Baja Blast is great. I enjoy Baja Blast. My chair is like uh, 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 the uh, the uh, the material is like what's it called? Peeling off, and it's getting annoying. I'm gonna need a new chair soon because I'm like sitting on a chair and I look and there's like these, you know, pieces of the material on my hand. I'm like, what? I hate when that happens. Yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah, yeah. It's the wear and tear from the Lovelady wood cutting grind. Yes. Dun, 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 dun. Dude, you know what's awesome about old school RuneScape that I think about all the time? Um, the fact that you can play it on your PC and then on your smartphone. Uh, like, I just love that I could play the game anywhere, whenever I want. And today, uh, I made a YouTube short uh, about the fact that I think that Jagex should uh, make the game work on smartwatches. Like I've been thinking about that concept for a really long time, and I really think that they should. And I don't know if they have or not. Who knows? Maybe they're working on it in their lab. But their secret RuneScape lab. Uh, I think that they should, try to work on that and see if it's viable or possible or a good idea. I mean, I think that with a few tweaks, and I'm not saying to alter the game at all. That's not what I'm saying. But just like they did with mobile, some of the interface, I think could be made to work on a smartwatch, especially for skilling. Um, it wouldn't be the most ideal, setup probably, but I think it's probably possible. I think it. Yeah, I mean, imagine you have the game running right on your watch, and it's just there, and you're doing whatever, and then you just boop. You just tap on a tree, and there you go. You're woodcutting, and then you fill your inventory, and then you boop go to the bank. I don't think I don't think it's that crazy of an idea. I think that it can be done. You know? Yeah, Chris says interesting idea. I have an Apple Watch, and it could be cool to skill while on a hike. Yes, yes. It's like you don't have to you don't have to like you can play on your phone still or on your computer if you want, but it's like let's say you just want to keep your phone in your pocket or not hold something. I mean, you can get one of those holders for your phone, right, for your wrist, but you already have your Apple Watch on your wrist. That could just stay on your Apple Watch, and you just tap tap, and there you go. You're grinding, you're leveling. It's like it's amazing, and I've been thinking about that for so long. And I really hope they figure out a way to do it because it would be top notch. And again, I can think of some of the issues that one could run into, right? But if they could, make a few non-destruct tweaks for the interface, I think it could be done. Especially since here's the other cool thing about RuneScape. No matter what kind of device I put it on, RuneScape is very good at adjusting. You guys ever noticed that? Whatever you resize it to, the game adjusts, right? So I think it could be done on a watch. I really do. Even if they don't make any tweaks, the interface doesn't have to be tweaked that much. Literally, let me tell you this. Even if you don't touch the game, right? Even if you just put it onto the watch, right? Like some sort of port if necessary or whatever. But you just put it on the watch and just have it so it's the little box, you know, on the watch, and you play it like that. It'd be cool. I don't even know if there has to be much tweaks done to the interface because it's already been tweaked for mobile. So you're like literally 99% of the way there. And if not, maybe already 100. If nothing, I would need to like play the game on my watch to like you know see, and they would have to test it to see what might have to be changed. But I really don't think much. The the, here's the biggest thing. I was thinking about this and I was thinking about it again because there's already iPhone and Android and PC, and RuneScape seems to work on all of those just fine. So I was thinking about okay, Android watches versus Apple watches. Would there be an issue? And I was thinking, I'm like, they already have it on iPhone and Android, so what's the big deal? Uh, I mean, there's probably differences with Watch OS and Android's operating system for their watches. So there might be a little bit of a hurdle there. I'm not sure. I don't know how different those operating systems are from like the actual phones. But again, you know, I think if they really process and tinker with the idea, I think it can be done. I've had a passion. I have had a passion for technology and still have a passion for technology. I've had a passion for technology since a very young age. And uh, like I built my first computer in around 2007, 2008. And before that, I tinkered, you know, with computers and tried to learn as much as I could. I'm not like the most. Uh, I don't have like tech knowledge to a degree that some people may have, but I definitely do my best to keep up and learn, and it does come fairly naturally to me. Like I think I can be put into um, a lot of different technological situations, and I could probably grasp concepts pretty quickly. Um, so yeah, I mean, just you know, operating system knowledge, some hardware knowledge. Um, a few months back, I tried to learn some Python, but I barely know anything about code. But just the general world of technology, I've been into for forever, and that and like media and video creation and all that. The two worlds for me, you know, are intertwined, and they kind of help each other out. So, um, Chris says, "Very cool. Same here. I recently graduated with cybersecurity degree about 3 weeks ago. Congratulations, Chris. That's awesome, man." Yeah, I might eventually mess with Python in the future some more. Um, there's a lot of things that I'm interested in, and sometimes, I don't want to put limits on myself or anything like that, because, like I said, I can get into and learn a lot and get obsessed with a lot. Um, but in life, like I, 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 I want to make sure to focus on the things that like I really want to focus on, right? So I don't want to get too like scatterbrained, for lack of better words. I just want to be like ultra focused on what I want to accomplish and accomplish those goals and focus on the things that you know I I really know that I want to be focused on. But yeah, I definitely am interested in many different topics, you know, and video creation and video creation are the two ones that are the huge major ones, and they're intertwined. And within those two topics, here's the crazy part. Within those two topics, there's so many different other subtopics. So, there's a lot to learn. Those two different fields, uh, video and tech, it's a lifelong learning process, you know. And the cool thing is when you get into either, media production or technology, like I said, they help each other. They're intertwined, and it's something that you can keep learning in both just by knowing you have that interest in a topic, that obsession in a topic, and when you know, either create a video or stream or video edit, boom, naturally you're using a computer, you're learning more about both tech and, you know, creativity and the process and video creation as well. So it's really, I'm just really thankful that, I found things early on in life that I'm interested in because people, there are people who struggle in finding an interest, and I'm glad I found my interests. So I I enjoy lyrics. I enjoy writing, journaling. I uh, I enjoy doodling, drawing, um, and the doodling, drawing, and painting. That's very like once in a the doodling, drawing, and painting is very once in a blue moon. But I do enjoy doing that when the creative when the creative flow comes into my mind. Like sometimes, let's say I'm sitting here at my desk, right? Uh, and I get that feeling that I just want to draw, and it's like you have to do it. That's when I'll draw. Um, and a similar thing happens when I want to write song lyrics. Like I just get the urge to just, you know, pull up an instrumental and write lyrics and then record. And it's like a pull. And you have to, it's like when you get that feeling, you have to get it out of your head and into the mic, recorded it, or onto the paper, drawn or written or painted. That's the thing about creativity. Like that's the amazing part of it. And a lot of that translates to video creation and technology as well. Like you get that feeling that you just need to make a video, or you get that feeling that you just need to learn more about a topic in the technology field. And but really, the the one that amazes me the most is when it comes to like creative people when they get that pull and they have to record that song, you know, and you hear some of these interviews with artists and they say, oh yeah, you know, let's say let's say one of these artists, they wrote this song in minutes, and then they recorded it, in like a few hours, and then boom, it was a major hit. Like, and they just said like, oh, they started jamming, and then they wrote the lyrics, and they had the vibe, and it was the right setting, and boom, there you go, magic. It's really a powerful thing. See, for me, when it comes to like drawing, doodling, or painting, for me, it's more like abstract. Like I'll have like certain, I guess, things from reality in there, but then mixed in with like different shapes. Um, so, and not only that, but words too, because words like are super important to me. Again, since I have that writing aspect to me with lyrics and stuff, so it's kind of multiple aspects to it. Dun, 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 dun. Chris says, Chris says, do you think there are aliens on Earth with us? Um, so I think if there are aliens, um, they probably can take many different forms. And what I mean by that is like one way of explaining it, and there's many different ways of explaining it, trust me. But one way of explaining it is with their advanced technology, they could probably have influence from not only very far away, uh, but even if they are here on Earth, like they could probably interact potentially, you know, with our technology. Um, so almost like a telepathy or like a signal sort of thing. And, you know, it's possible that they could have some sort of drone technology. The aliens also, what if they're not physical, right? What if they're not really like physical in the way that we know it? Like they could be interdimensional beings. But if they are physical and they have very advanced technology, they could be very good at hiding. Um, and not only that, hiding in plain sight. Um, but the real answer is I don't really know if they're aliens. Who knows? I don't know. I mean, I don't really know if there are aliens on Earth. I do think there are aliens. I just don't know if they're on Earth. But if they are on Earth, there's three kind of scenarios. One, they try to watch from a distance and kind of observe. Two, they're somewhere in the middle where they intervene or observe. Or three, they have a huge influence and they're responsible for basically all of the technology that we have in some form of fashion. Um, but yeah, it's who knows. I think there are aliens, but I don't know if they're on Earth. And like I said, I think they can take many forms and either have a lot of influence, medium influence, or no influence on a society and are just observers. But we really don't know. Um, but it's definitely a cool thing to think about and talk about. And it's a topic that I do enjoy talking about, just because it's extremely trippy. Um, and not in like the like people when people talk about aliens, there's like a traditional kind of conversation about aliens. When I kind of think and talk about aliens, I think about the intertwining fashion of aliens and the possibility of, like I said, the technology being so advanced that they could be in every fabric and every aspect of our consciousness, perception, and life. Like, dude, it's it's really crazy. All right, Chris, and everybody else that's watching, thank you very much for watching and interacting. And Chris, thank you for interacting. I appreciate it. And also, John, thank you for interacting. I appreciate it. It's been great talking with you. Many good subjects. Many good subjects! And, yeah. And I'll see you guys on the next video, on the next stream. Maybe in the future, the next song. And, yeah, thank you again. Man, I am hyped up, man. I am hyped up. The energy is positive energy. It's great. Thanks again. All right, see you guys.